Hey, personality peekers. Today's quick peek is for the person who can light up a room and then quietly slip away to wander in their imagination like it's a private studio. Not because you're flaky, but because your best ideas don't arrive in meetings. They arrive when you're free. Today's archetype is the buoyant, outgoing, vivid, heart-led, wildly creative, calm, and proudly independent. Your tagline says it perfectly. I'm outgoing and empathetic, but give me room to roam freely in my creative world. The buoyant is a rare mix. You're socially warm enough to make people feel instantly included, and independent enough to need space to think without being managed. You're not here for rigid systems, you're here for possibility. Here's what makes you wired this way. First, social warmth. You connect fast, you make people feel safe and seen. You're the person who can join a group for 10 minutes and somehow everyone feels better. Second, imaginative exploration. Your brain doesn't walk in straight lines. It wanders, it collects, it follows what-if trails, and then returns with something original. Third, calm individualism. This is key. You're not chaotic, you're calm. You just need autonomy. You don't want to be pushed. You want to be trusted. Fourth, heartfelt kindness. You genuinely care, but you give your help on your own terms. You're the type to show up with the perfect idea or the perfect message at exactly the right moment. Fifth, adaptive engagement. You can absolutely collaborate. You just can't live inside constant collaboration. You join, you contribute, then you retreat to create. Now here's your core insight. Your gift is that you bring fresh air into the team, and you do it without adding stress. You lift the mood, you open the options, you keep things emotionally steady. But buoyants tend to trip over three predictable traps. One, the disappearing act. You go into creative mode and forget the team can't read your mind. So people aren't mad at your process, they're just confused by the silence. Two, conflict avoidance. You love a good vibe, so you might soften feedback or dodge tension, even when the project needs clarity. Three, under-communication. You're doing great work privately, but if no one sees it until the end, they don't know how to support you or how to build with you. Let's picture the classic buoyant moment. A marketing campaign is due soon. The team is stuck recycling the same safe ideas. Everyone is trying to brainstorm harder, and it's getting more tense by the minute. You hop in, talk to everyone, gather the emotional temperature. You make people laugh. You ask a few what-if questions. Then you say, okay, I'm going to disappear for an hour. I'll come back with options. You take your notebook, you go quiet, you roam, and you return with three concepts that feel like sunlight, a new angle, fresh visuals, a tagline that makes the whole room exhale. That's buoyant magic. Connection plus independence equals originality. Now here's how you level this up and become unstoppable. First upgrade, announce your solo time like a professional, not as an apology but as a process. Try this. I'm going into creative mode for 60 minutes. I'll return with 3 options and a recommendation. Now everyone relaxes because the silence has a timeline. Second upgrade, share breadcrumbs, not full presentations. You don't need to give the whole masterpiece early. Just a little preview that keeps the team aligned. A quick message like, 2 directions are forming, 1 playful, 1 premium. I'll share sketches soon. That's enough to maintain trust without killing your flow. Third upgrade, use a gentle boundary phrase. Buoyants get drained when people tug at them constantly. Try, I want to give this my best work. Let me take a quiet block and I'll bring it back to the group. It protects your autonomy and reassures the team. Because the truth is this, teams need planners, teams need builders, and teams also need someone who brings optimism and originality without turning everything into pressure. The buoyant keeps morale afloat and keeps ideas fresh while still staying calm. Quick peek question before you go. When you're working on something creative, do you prefer A, constant collaboration and check-ins, or B, freedom to wander first, then return with something solid? If it's B, and you're both warm and independent, you might be a buoyant. Curious if this is you? Head to personalitypeek.com and take the free Core 64 quiz. Tomorrow we peek at an archetype who's also vivid and heart-led, but instead of roaming freely, they prefer building a structured plan that protects everyone's values. See you then.